Sir, roll number 52.
Yeah, those who are late, you can just drop it into the chat box. Those who have already dropped it in chat box, you have marked present. No worries. Okay, let me share the screen. Yeah. So let's start off with today's lecture. Today is the second lecture on module 3. So let's have a quick revise of what we discussed in the previous class. We just started off with the module 3, which deals with pattern matching. So we started off with the regular expressions, pattern matching with regular expression. Without regular expression, we first saw that how do we match the patterns of the text, but without using the regular expressions, right? We saw a simple example, a simple program which detects the format of a phone number, right? For example, if the format of the phone number is 3 digits, then again 3 digits and 4 digits separated by hyphen, then we wrote a program which detects whether the number which is given as the input is in that right format or no. That is 334, right? So we take that text as the input for the function is phone number. We first check the length of the phone number, whether the total length, which is including the hyphen, is 12 or no. So that this might differ depending on the type of the phone number, right? And if it is the length is not exact what we expect, then it returns a false. And then we go on to check whether these numbers are according to the format, that is 334 or no, with that index of within that range, right, in the complete string. This is a complete string, right? So we check whether from 0 to 3, then to 4 to 7, and then ultimately 8 to 12, are they number or no. First of all, we check whether these are numbers or no. That is, we make use of the is decimal function that we have, and if it is not a number, we return false, right? And in between, we also check whether they have been separated by the hyphen or no, right? So if it is not separated by a hyphen, we again return false, that this is not a number, right? So we saw this whole program, a simple program. We gave it two inputs, right? A proper statement which has a phone number, and there's one more statement which doesn't have a phone number. So accordingly, it gave us true and false result, right? So the we also saw how these four lines, which were actually the hard coded, you can say, how can we replace this line to make it real time, make it look like real time, that you are giving some kind of a message, and the task of the program is to detect within that message whether there is a phone number or not. So ultimately, it will just check it out the numbers, that is the phone numbers present in the whole message, right? And it will say that the phone number found is so and so, and then ultimately done. So that was just a simple replacement of what we have done in the previous program for these four lines, right? So we went ahead to discuss about these programs, right? How can these messages can be dealt with. And today's lecture will be focusing upon how can we perform this pattern matching, but with the expressions, with the regular expressions, right? Now this is very important. The previous example was just to make you aware that the absence of regular expression, how would it affect, right? But when we make use of regular expression, how would it help us, or in what way it will help us to make the task much more easier, right? So today we will discuss how to find patterns of the text with the regular expressions, right? So considering the same example, let's say we have the same format of the phone number itself. We'll take the same example so that the difference is clear, right? So we have the phone numbers, the format of the phone number, and we have to include the regular expressions in the program to detect whether they are phone numbers or not. So, like we discussed in the previous class, if you can recall, we discussed what is a regular expression, right? We have a few of you gave me a few examples, like what can be a regular expression. So, regular expression is nothing but it can be just a pattern. It's a description for a particular pattern or a format. It can be anything. We discussed the example like including the phone number. We discussed like your USN can be one type of a regular expression. Your subject code can be a type of a regular expression, right? And many more examples. So these regular expressions, when we want to make use of in the patterns, to find out these patterns, different formats or patterns in a particular message, we have to describe the pattern for that particular regular expression. For example, if you can recall, we discussed the escape character slash, right, and followed by the special symbols, right. So one such example is here, that is slash d, right. Now d, because d represents the digit character, right, that is the numbers, right, from number 0 to number 9, and then the combinations, right. So slash d, since we are dealing up with the phone number here, so we'll be matching the numbers here. We'll be including the slash d, that is escape character, and the digital character symbol slash d. And here, regular expression, in short, we will be addressing it as regex, right? Regexe. So whenever you encounter regex, it means that it's a regular expression. So let's understand like how these regular expression and this format, that is, let's say slash d, will be helpful for us to include in the program, and also detect how can we find those patterns. First, let's have a with the same example, that is phone number. So since when you can recall that in the previous module we discussed the escape character slash d. Now slash d can only detect one single number, right? Right? It's a digit character which can detect only a single number, that can be a 0 or 9. Right? Any single numeral that is from 0 to 9. But we want a combination of digits here, right? So when we want that in combination, we have to include in that particular format itself. So like we have this 334 digits here. So in similar fashion, we have to include slash d 3 times, then again separated by a hyphen, slash d 3 times again, separated by hyphen, and then ultimately 4/t's, right? So that will give us the regular expression for this phone number, which is in the format 334, right? Yeah. Now this particular regular expression, this is our regular expression, right? Now this regular expression is actually, Python will be actually making use of this regular expression to match the same text, that is this phone number, which you have seen in the previous case, right? The previous example, our this program. So when we consider the same phone number itself, this same number can be detected using the new regular expression that we have formed, that is this regular expression. Now let us go ahead and discuss with respect to program, how can we make use of these regular expression in the program. Okay, so when we talk about including these regular expressions in the program, we have to include the module for the regular expression, which is nothing but the module RE. RE stands for, as you must have already guessed, regular expression. So it's a module. Regular expression is again a module. So whenever you are dealing with such facility in the Python, wherein you feel to use the regular expression, you are operating with the regular expression, then you have to include the module regular expression for that, right? So we are going to import the regular expression module by our typical method to import the module, that is import RE, right? Now, in order to deal with these regular expression, we have to also make use of a function called compile, so which is included in this module RE, regular expression. Now what happens is, after passing a string value, right, passing a string value representing your regular expression, that is whatever the format that we have created just now, to re.compile. Now this re.compile is the function which is under the module regular expression, which will be used to compile that regular expression, right? Whatever the format that we have created. So passing a string value representing your regular expression to this re.compile returns a regex pattern object. Now this is very important. This is the object which the regular expression returns us, right? Now regex pattern object, or in simple words, just the regex uh, object, we can say. When we execute this regular expression dot compile function, it is going to return as an object. Now this object is a regular expression object. Now what is the use of the object? We will see in the next program, right? So, but for time being, just keep in mind that when we have to deal with the regular expressions, we have to import the regular expression module, and we have to make use of the function called re.compile to compile those regular expressions, and we have to notify the syntax or the format of the regular expression, that is this format, right? This whole thing. Right. Now let's go ahead and see how to compile it. Now let us have a variable called phone number regular expression, phone number regex, and we are assigning the object which will be compiled and returned, right? After execution of this statement, it will be returning an object, and that object will be contained in the variable called phone number regex. Now how it is compiled, we will see that. First, the name of the module, followed by the dot operator, as we have seen so far, and the name of the module that name of the function that we want to execute under the module. So re.compile, and then followed by in parenthesis the syntax, or the you can say the regular expression, right? So our regular expression is the phone number, which is nothing but single digit numerical value, zero from 0 to 9. So we are going to include these 3 digits here, separated by hyphen, again 3 digits separated by hyphen, and ultimately the remaining 4 digits, right, making it 10 digits. Now, there's one thing to be noticed here, that is this R, right? Now, R, if you can recall in the previous module, module 2, we discussed about different aspects of dealing with the strings, right? Different methods to deal with the strings. In such method, there was one more aspect that we learned, that is how to deal with the special characters and how to deal with the raw strings, right? Raw strings is, for example, if we want to display purposefully, if you want to display all these escape characters also, then we make use of the raw string, right? For example, let us say we have some kind of a text in which we have few escape characters included, right? But when we compile that text, we will not be able to see those escape characters. In case if we want to see that escape characters, then we have to make use of the raw string, right? So similarly here, we are going to make use of the raw string because there will be multiple ways to deal with these escape characters, and we don't want to miss out those. So it is better to put, it is good practice for a programmer to make use of the raw string, right? So please don't forget to make use of this character R, which is nothing but the passing the string as the raw string itself, right? Now, having been learned so far how to compile the regular expression, how to include a regular expression, what will the compilation will return, that is the regular expression object, how to store that regular expression object, and uh, how the complete program can be structured, we will see that. So when we have this regular expression ready, and we can process it, we can compile it. Now how to match those objects that the this thing returned, the compiler, regular expression compiler returns. Now for example, let's say we have this matching the regular expression object itself, right? So whatever the object the regular expression compiler return, which will be stored actually in this variable, how to deal with the objects in case when we have multiple objects, right? Now here in this case, it might be a single object, so we are storing it to single variable. Now, what if that we have multiple objects getting created, right? So we have to group those objects to produce a single result, right? I hope you are getting my point. For example, let's say we have this matching regular expression object. So when we want to match that regular expression object, we have to make use of two functions or two methods present in this module of regular expression. One being the search method, another other is the group method. So as the name suggests, search method will search for the object. Group method will ultimately group those objects. How? For example, search method, it will search is, it will search the string, whatever the string that we are passing it, right? So it searches the string it is passed for any matches to the regular expression, right? So If the regular expression, if there is a regular expression in that particular string, and if the search is successful, then it will simply returns the match object, right? It will return that the match object, the string has been matched, and this is the object for it. In case if there is that string present, right? In case if that regular expression is present in that string. But if there is no regular expression present in that string, it will simply return a none value, right? And ultimately, when we have multiple objects, multiple match objects, then we are going to group all those match objects with the help of the method called group, right? So let us understand this with the full-fledged program, you can say. So you already know we have this variable called phone num regular expression, which is storing the object after compilation of the regular expression, this regular expression, which is in the raw format, right? Please don't forget this raw character, the character R, right? So now we have the regular object, the match object here, right? The object for the regular expression, this. Now we have to search in a particular string, right? We have to search this object, this regular expression in particular string. So let's say we pass the string, my number is so and so, right? So this search method will search the complete string and it will search for the regular expression which is in this format, right? So when it finds that yes, this format exists in the message or that particular string, then it will say that yes, the search is successful. I mean, basically the search is successful and it is going to return a match object. So we are going to make use of the variable called mo, just a random name mo, which will be storing the matched object in it, right? Now, once we have this match object, once we have this multiple match object, we are going to simply put a group method in order to group those match objects and ultimately print a message that phone number found is so and so, right? So the ultimate message that you get is phone number found with this particular phone number getting printed here, right? So I hope you got the point here. We take the regular expression, we give it to the compiler. The compiler stores the object, the match object for it. Then we give the message or the main content, our main text or the string to the program. It searches whether that particular type of a regular expression is present in that string or no. If it is present, it will return the match object, and then ultimately it is going to group the match objects and then print the result, right? So any doubt so far? Anybody at this point in time? Anybody having any doubt? Yeah, anybody, any doubt? Please answer. Okay. So let's go ahead and execute this program in our Python ideally. So there can be two ways to do it. You can either create a file, a new text file, which a new Python file, which consists of your whole program, or else you can simply instruct. You can give the instruction here in the interactive shell as well, right? So we are going to just put it in the interactive shell. Say, let me copy the same format so that we save some time. Yeah. So we have this phone number registered, right? Yeah, but we have to import, right? We have to import the regular expression file, regular expression module. Now we have included the regular expression module. We have to define the regular expression for it. So this is the regular expression. Now our regular expression has been executed. It is compiled and it has stored the object for that regular expression in the variable called phone number regular expression. Right now, let us give a input to it. Right, that is nothing but our string, our main string, which is this. Right, so it will execute the compiler. The message is going to execute, and our method called the search method, which is under the module regular expression, it is going to search the pattern for this, and it is going to match that pattern and store the object for that matched pattern, which is nothing but the match object, into the variable called mo. It's just a random variable, right? And then once we execute this, the object, the match object is stored in mo. Now we have to group those matched object, right? So how do we group it? We just simply multitask it here. We'll print a message, and also at the same time you can group it, right? Or if you want to extend the code, you can simply group the item first, group the match objects first, and then you can print it. But it can be done in single line. So now when I execute it, you will get the message phone number is this. So it has been extracted successfully from the main string, right? So I hope you guys are doing these programs along with me, whatever we do here in the class. Those who are not doing it, I would suggest you to please find their own ways to do it. I have already given you options. You can execute these programs in the mobile version of your Python ideally also, right? We do have Python ideally mobile version on the Android Play Store and also on the App Store. Uh, so you can go ahead and install those. I believe you must have already installed it by now. Please execute these programs and store it. Save these files because these will be your assignments, as I've repeatedly told you, right? These you have to submit as your assignments. So probably the second assignment will be your these submissions, right? So if there are any doubts, you can pause me. You can stop me anytime and you can ask your doubts. In case if there are no doubts, let's move ahead. Okay, so that's what has been everything, whatever I've explained just now is same thing as the explained here. Okay, now let us understand this review of complete whatever we have done so far, that is the regular expression matching, right? Because uh, it's a simple procedure which is almost the same, mostly the same in most of the cases, unless there are really some different types of programs that you are looking for, right? So let us just review regular expression matching. Yeah. So the first step that we discussed was to, of course, the importing the regular expression. That right. For example, you saw here, I forgot to import the module regular expression, right? So import module re. I forgot to give this instruction here in the code, so that resulted into an error that name re is not defined, right? Not defined here because this is the error because of this, that is re.compile. This is not defined because we have not imported the regular expression module. So once we import this regular expression, you no more get that error and you can execute it. So this is just not for this, any particular program when you're trying to execute. And if that module is not imported, you might get the error, right? For example, let's say I have import the regular expression here, right? Now I can execute the program. But once I exit from this environment, that is ideally, now it is no more existing in that session, you can say. So next time when I give that instruction again, either I have to import it again or I'll get an error if I try to directly execute. So I'll just show you an example. Let me copy the same code here and I've closed the interactive shell. Let me close it again. And once I open the IDE shell, right, and when I try to execute this command, I'll again get the error, right? So I have to import the uh, whatever module that I'm going to use every time when I open the shell, right? Or best way is you can just go to file, you can create a file, new text file, which will be saved as a Python file, and you can import those modules in that file, and whenever you want to execute, you can execute those Python file itself, right? That is one way to do it. Now when I copy the same code, you'll see that I'll no more get that error, right? And when I close this again, that imported module will go off, and I may have to import it back once more, right? So the first step, as I said, it is to import the regular expression module, which is import RE. Then next is to create the object, right? Create the regular expression object. How do we create the regular expression object? By creating with the making use of the regular expression dot compile function, right? Compile function. Now, when we make use of the compile function, please don't forget to make use of this R character, which is the raw string. It indicates that it's a raw string, right? The next step that we did was to pass the string that we want to search the regular expression in, right? For example, we passed a message that my phone number is so and so, right? So we passed a string, right? We passed a string. We want to search into the regular expressions object. How do we search? By making use of the search method, right? And what does this search method returns? It will return as the match object, which we stored it into a variable called mo, right? So I hope this is clear. And once we have that match object, we are going to group those match objects into a single output, right? So for that, we have to call the match objects method, that is group method, to return a string of the actual matched text, right? So this will return us the actual phone number in this case, right? So that is all about how do we deal with the matching the text to the matching the patterns in the text using the regular expression, right? With the regular expression. Now the beauty of it is, if you can see the difference here, this whole thing that whatever we saw here, just these 4 lines of code, right? Not even four, just this is 3 lines of code. Fourth one is the output, right? So this 3 lines, this is just the 3 lines of code when we make use of the regular expressions, right? So the output, right? The task what this 3 lines of code performs is actually same as what we have seen in the previous lecture, that is pattern matching without the regular expression, this one, right? So finding the pattern of the text without regular expression, we have to write such a lengthy code, which is nearly around 14 lines, I would say 14, 15 lines, right? So in order to accomplish the same task, right, whether that is to check whether it is a phone number or no, right? So these 14, 15 lines of code can be reduced to only 3 lines of code if we make use of the regular expression, right? This can be reduced to only these 3 lines of the code. So that is the beauty of having this regular expression. It will help you to generalize. It will help you to short down your code, thereby reducing the size of the code, reducing the time of execution, and other things, right? So that is the difference between pattern matching using regular expression and pattern matching without the regular expression. So I hope the difference is clear. Anybody having any kind of doubt? This was simple enough to understand, I believe. Yeah, please shoot the questions if you have. Anybody, any doubt, any kind of doubt or any particular aspect that you didn't understand? Please make it fast. Yeah, guys, I'm waiting whether you have any kind of doubt before we proceed ahead. Okay, Shriyari, thank you, Shriyari, Prajit. I think they are the only active members, others are sleeping, I guess. Fine. So, if you don't have any doubts, no. Okay, there's one more thing. So, this was just the example that we saw with respect to the phone numbers, right? So, you can just simply find it out, explore more. You can just simply Google what are the different types of regular expressions that we can have, right? We can have regular expression to find the email address into a message, For example, let's say we have a content, a text, right, a paragraph, and in that we have to detect a email address whether that particular paragraph has an email address or not. So we can have a regular expression designed for it. We can have a regular expression to search the USN of a candidate or a subject code of a particular subject, right? Uh, so these are just the simple example that you can relate and find out. But there can be other different this thing also, right? For example, you can find out the regular expression for Aadhaar card number, right, or regular expression for a PAN card number, and so on. So they do have a similar form as kind of a format, right? Every document has a kind of a format. For example, driving license. So if you can see the driving license number, your driving license number, they have a particular format in which that number is designed. So can we have a regular expression for that, right? So try and explore these things, write your own program, which can, a simple program which can just formulate a regular expression for those types of, you know, things. For example, driving license or whatever that I've said just now, right? So creating a regular expression for that. So in this case, it was phone number with the proper format, right? Three digits and then three digits and then four digits separated by hyphens, and but all numbers, right? You can combine. You can have the combination of alphabets and numbers. For example, email address can be the best example, right? A few of the email address they do have numbers, so you can form a regular expression for that. And another example that I gave, the driving license, they do have state code, then the city code, the RTO registration number, and then your registered your, I mean the owner's number, the person who is applying for the driving license, the applicant, right? So his registered number, and so and so. So there's different formats for it. So can you create the regular expressions for that? You have been already dealing with the regular expression in the other subject as well, right? Province subject. So you are familiar with these regular expressions, how to deal with it. So you have to just make use of these regular expressions in the program, right? In the Python program. So that's all about it. Now let me let us conclude the lecture here since we have done with this topic, and we shall discuss about the next topic.